Fantastic to be on the call
Perfect.
with you. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
What's an honor?
Awesome. Good. I appreciate you taking the time.
Oh, you're more than welcome. I'm always happy to do that, connect with fellow real estate investors. So, did you get a chance to watch my
Yeah.
short little video?
Oh, yes, I did. You kind of broke up there for a second, so I think I got you good now. I can hear you
Okay.
okay.
All right, very good. It's all this weather. I don't know. Where are you located, by the way?
I'm in the Northwest. I'm up near Spokane, Washington.
Oh, right. You're well away from this Hurricane Helene, and I'm in Knoxville, Tennessee. So we're currently getting all the remnants of this hurricane. But yeah, kind of crazy, isn't it? Really?
Yeah, it is. It's interesting because I guess I'm so far. I'm the opposite side of the nation, feel like I'm almost on the other side of the world from all that, and I don't watch the news.
Okay.
So the only things I get are from people on social media, and then my
Mm,
dad, he watches the news, and so
mm.
I just hear a little bits about it.
Yeah,
But you're getting a little bit of it, then not you're not in the middle of it though.
that's right. Yes, I mean it hit the Florida coast as a Cat 4. It was nothing last week. It was nothing at all. It was just in a suspect area. Now it's a catastrophic hurricane that's caused widespread damage.
Jeez, yeah, Category 4 is
Yeah.
major. That's
It
wow.
is. It is. It's a major hurricane, major crisis down south. 2 million without power. Major flooding and yeah, catastrophic. But hey, we wish them well. So tell me your story then, Terrance. Thank you for watching the video. Saves a lot of time.
Yeah,
Why
for
real
sure. Yeah.
estate and what can I do to help you? Yeah.
Yeah. Well, you and I have similar stories. I got my first deal in 2003,
Okay.
and
Wow.
I didn't accumulate a big portfolio, but I did a handful of deals and kind of enough to make some money and lose some money. And then when '08 hit, then things started going south, and I kind of lost it all and
Oh
stepped
wow.
out.
It is the
And I
same story, isn't
and
it?
I and I well,
Yeah.
it's interesting because I kept two properties.
Yeah.
I only got into the multifamily space a little bit. I had 2 duplexes, or I had a duplex,
Mm.
and then, and that was a property because when everything kind of fell apart, that was when I let go back to the bank. I bought it in a bad neighborhood. I was already upside down, lost everything, and so it was just kinda like I needed to kinda reset and start over. But I kept 2 properties through that.
Mm.
Both of them were lease options, and I kept those lease options all the way to 2016 and 2017, and they both cashed me out, and I got a check.
Oh,
And that
nice.
was after I kinda crashed and burned in 2010.
Oh,
So I kept
wow.
them for another 6 and 7 years, and
Yeah.
they ended up going well and cashed me out, and I got a decent
Oh,
check on both of them.
fantastic.
And
Yay.
but yeah, but it's interesting because you said that when you decided to dip your toe back in, you became a broker, a real
Yeah,
estate broker.
that's right.
Well, for me, I decided that I was going to get back into it. I actually pursued a slightly different route, and I went into acquisitions for an
Oh,
investment company.
okay.
So
Okay.
I was an acquisitions manager for about 2 years,
Mm.
and then I ended up landing a acquisitions job with a guy that national speaker,
Mm.
and then I was only with him for a short while. I didn't like his business model,
Mm.
so I was went back to work. I doing what I do now, which is driving paratransit,
Okay.
and so I just transport people with disabilities. I work for a transit company driving a small bus,
Mm.
and then but then I broke away from this for just a little while because I landed another acquisitions job, but I was only there for about a month and a half. I didn't like it because it was just this grind. I had to make a minimum of 50 to 80 calls a day,
Oh.
and it was all virtual, and
Mm.
it was all outbound leads. So it was a lot of people that really weren't that interested in selling. It was the kind of seller that's like,
Right. I
hey,
got
give
you.
me $1 million and I'll sell. Everything's for
Yeah.
sale. They
Right,
don't really
right.
want to,
I know,
they want to
yeah.
hang up on you. And so I
I've
just,
done that, yeah, as
yeah,
well.
but you're making a 50 to 80 calls, and like half or three quarters of them are like that.
Yeah.
And so I just I didn't like that kind of grind. I'd
Right.
rather, talk to, 8 or 10 people that have raised their hand. They really want to sell. I could go out and meet with them face to face. Like
Absolutely.
I
Yeah.
would have, I would have stayed with that operation if that's how they would have done it. But
Yeah.
anyway, And so anyway, so now I'm back in a position where I'm looking to I'm off work for 3 months. I had a hip replacement.
Oh, wow. Did it go well? Very
Oh, it went fantastic. I
Oh,
I
good.
went into the surgery with pain and I came out of the surgery without pain.
Oh, isn't
So
it
literally,
amazing?
yeah,
Yay.
I woke up and the pain was gone. Now,
Yeah,
granted, I still had the
yeah.
I had the discomfort and swelling from the surgery, but that inflammation that was there prior, that was gone,
That's
wiped out.
wonderful.
I haven't been in pain a single day since, and that was a month ago.
Oh,
And
that's
now
nice.
I'm able to walk
Oh,
and
yeah.
just and I got all my full range of motion, but
Like
I've
being
got
born again, huh?
totally, I got
Yeah.
2 more months off of work,
Oh,
and
nice.
I'm getting PML through the state, and
Yeah,
I'm making as much as I was. So I'm not up against the wall like, oh, I got no money, I got to make money. You get desperate.
yeah.
I'm not dealing with that, but I'm like, here is a window of opportunity for me to build up my coffer and start doing some things.
Right,
And I don't like wholesaling. I'm just not, that's not me. I
right,
don't like
right.
cold calling.
Yeah.
And so when I stumbled onto Pace's program here in Gator, I didn't have to do either of those, but
Mm.
it's like, okay, all you have to do is just network with people and help people out. And I get to meet awesome people like yourself and just like, wow, why not? Like,
Exactly,
sign
exactly.
me up all day
Yeah.
long.
Yeah,
So,
that's
so anyway,
right.
that's my
And it's a
story.
lot
And
of fun, isn't it, as well, meeting lots of different
I'm a
people.
connector. So
Oh, right, okay.
that's kind of my direction.
Mm,
But I know a lot about the business, and seeing that you're in the multifamily space, I'm like, well, how can I help out Graham?
mm.
I'm already meeting some people in the multifamily space, and
Yeah,
I'm meeting people with money. So
right,
I
right,
figured,
right.
if those opportunities come up, I want to be able to connect with you.
Absolutely, absolutely, yeah. So, have you come across, here's my where I start recommending stuff, because I've been in Elite Gator for a while,
Oh,
and
good.
I came across this guy a little while back, probably about a month or so ago. His name is Ryan Schroep. Have you come across him?
No, is he in Gator?
Yes, he's not only engaged, he's one of the leaders.
What's
He's
his last name?
basically Schroep.
How's that
Um,
spelled?
I put a link in the chat here. Like Schrop, like SCHROPE, Ryan Schroep. Now,
Okay, is he that link, the
yeah,
school.com
yeah,
financial foundation?
he's got. Last week it was 2.3, and the next day it was 2.4. Now he's got 2,600. He's grown like crazy because he had such value for Gators, and he's got like this educational program, and he breaks it down, and he also provides funds as well. So if you find a deal, he'll fund it and he'll split it with you. And
Oh,
so
nice, nice. So his program is free then, I'm assuming, right?
well, there is a paid one, but this one I've just showed you is free, so you can become part of the community. Look at what he does, and you can have like a consulting call. So if you do decide that you want to do the paid thing, you can. I don't get. I'm on the free, so I don't. I'm not affiliate or anything.
Well, and I'm not looking to spend any more money, man. I'm
Yeah,
at this point, I'm in go mode to
I
make
I
money,
I,
not to impart with anymore.
absolutely understand. I just recommend him because, of the education. You don't have to spend any money and you don't have to join his program to participate. You can still bring deals and you can still squad up with others who are in the program, so that would be fine. So
Nice,
yeah,
nice,
I mentioned that.
awesome. Because I know Pace always talks about your haves and your, what do you have, what do you need.
Mm.
So on my side, I'll just tell you real quick, so I can wrap up my side, and then I'd like to find out more about what you got going on.
Yeah.
But as far as my side, I'm just getting through the safety course.
Okay.
I'm gonna squad up with Zoe. I don't know if you met him. I can't remember his last name, But anyway, he's one of the
Oh,
leaders.
Zoe. You mean Zoe?
Zoe, yeah,
Oh, yeah, yeah. I
Zoe.
know.
Yep,
Yeah, yeah.
yep. I'm probably gonna squat up with him, try to do my first deal or
That's
two,
very wise. Yeah.
and then I've got a couple other guys that are they're leaders. Yeah, I've been networking quite a bit this week. I just signed up last weekend,
Okay.
so just trying to get through as much of the training as I can.
Yeah.
The safety course is really, it's long. There's a
Right.
lot of stuff I know. I'm sure as you probably realized when you went through it that you knew a lot of the stuff, but there's a lot of stuff that I still learned, and there's
Right.
just
There's
really
always stuff
emphasizes
to
all the
learn. Yeah.
yeah,
Always
yeah,
stuff to learn. Yeah, yeah,
exactly,
yeah.
exactly. It's just really important to go through that. I could totally see the value of it, but I think I'm on module 9 of 12,
Oh,
so
good.
I'll wrap it up by this weekend,
Yeah.
and then I've already done all the snappy start and the newbie,
Very
and
good. You'd be
so I'll be
next.
done with
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. I
Yeah.
think I feel like I've put a good sized dent and made good progress just since I've only been in this program for six days.
Yeah, you
So
have. You've done a good job. Well, excellent job, Terrance. Yeah, very good.
yeah, yeah.
So,
But for me, I have time and I've got knowledge and expertise, and then for me, I need to squat up with the right people so I can start doing deals, and then that'll help me get a little bit more clarity. I think I'm going to be, I'm definitely in the beginning. I'm going to be a connector, and then I'm also going to do the Gator, what is it? One where you're getting EMD, you're lending
MD.
on EMD,
Yeah.
and I'm going to lend Pace and Abraham's money in the
That's
beginning.
good. Yeah.
So I'll probably do that until my credit lines build up. I'm not going to get into lending any of my own money until I get really well versed and get around the right people. And
It's, well, let me give you a heads up on that, okay? It'll save you a lot of grief and heartache. You
sure,
don't lend any of your own money until you become an accredited investor. All right? Don't do it. It's waste of time and you risk losing it. So don't do it. All right? Ask me how I know, because I have. And a lot of people, Gators have, newbies. And I wish Pace would say, do not lend any of your own money until you're an accredited investor.
then you have money to lose. And
Then
then
you
if
have
you
money
lose a
to
little
lose.
bit, it's not
Correct.
wiping you out.
Correct. And the journey to become an accredited investor as well educates you and makes you more aware. People think it's easy to make money in Gator. It is not. It's easier to lose money than make money.
I
So
believe it.
watch it. Even if
I
you get
believe it.
everything right, all the paperwork, follow all the rules, you can still lose money in Gator.
Yeah. Well, and that's why I'm looking at one being a connector, because then I'm not going to lose any money if I'm
You
just a
will.
connector.
You will as a connector. You have an obligation and a
Yeah.
responsibility. And so you will be sued if you connect to and the deal goes wrong. You will be sued.
Gotcha. Yeah, I see what you're saying.
Yeah.
If you're connecting people on the deal that goes south, so you got to make sure and underwrite it and be smart with it. Make sure there's good collateral on an
Correct.
undervalued
It's
property.
all in the course though, but don't go in with your eyes open. And I'm glad you're doing the education and doing that thing. It's
Right.
there for a reason.
Yeah.
And Pace's attorney has warned Pace a number of times about this, about connectors and people losing money. It put his whole business at risk. So that's why he's done these badges, these safety courses, and emphasize
Right.
that because
Right.
people have lost. There's a good number of people, I'm included before I actually joined, who lost six figures. I lost my entire life savings, not in this community, but in 2009. I was bankrupt and I had significant
Right.
net worth. And
Well,
so,
let me ask you about EMD, lending on EMD deals.
yeah,
Especially because those, to me, I feel like those are probably some of the safest, because if you know what you're doing and you know how to underwrite, but then also you're looking at that 10-day window and making sure that they've got their inspection
yeah.
contingency, and you're and if the deal isn't going to go through, you
I'm
could pull
glad,
that out.
yeah, and I'm glad you added safe first because anything you do, you get out of bed, you can be sued. All right, in America, it's just the
Sure.
way it is. It's So you still have to go through all the steps, even though it's EMD. Watch Abraham and Alexis go through all their training. They do an excellent job. They're superb. So yeah, go under their wing as Abraham's wing, as it were, for a while until you've done a good number of deals, and you'll get the swing of it, right?
Oh, no doubt. Well, and
Yeah.
that's I think that's probably the direction, especially just from hearing from you and your wisdom. That's why I really appreciate these calls,
Mm,
because then that reemphasizes, okay, I'm in the right direction, but I
right.
need to just pivot a little bit and just say, you know what, I'm
Mm,
going to focus on this, get really good at it, and then from there,
yeah.
I can evaluate if I want to step out a little bit, and if I do,
Right.
what's my risk tolerance,
Yeah.
those kind of things.
And whenever Jason Parks speaks, Jason or Zoe's good as well. But Jason Parks is in his 80s, right?
Okay.
He's got decades of experience with this, and he will warn you. He will tell you that 99% of the deals are not deals out there. They're not.
I, I know this
Yes.
because I was in the wholesaling
Right.
communities,
Yeah.
and I would see a lot of the stuff that the wholesalers are bringing in, and
Mm.
I could look at it the
It's
right out of the
crap.
gate and be like, that's not a
Yeah.
deal.
That's right. When I first came across New Western, for example, they think they're a wholesaling company. They're a flipping retail company, None of those deals work. None of them. And
No. And
I,
their model worked, right after COVID when everything was super hot, but now that everything's simmering down, those are the kind of wholesalers that got out of business.
yeah, yeah. And while we're on this subject, if you ask about what I'm working on, one of the
Yeah,
biggest,
yeah. So yeah, let's jump
yeah,
into that.
one of the, because we're running out of time a little bit, but I do want to get this point out, for you, is the single biggest consideration, and we've already mentioned it, is attorneys and legal access. Okay. In real estate, in any new business, you will be sued. It's as inevitable as the sun coming up tomorrow. All right.
I already had it happen once.
Yeah. So
Yeah,
it's
I
a
got sued
major
by a bank and
right.
I got a
So
judgment against me.
right, exactly. So here's the thing. So it's if you love real estate, you decide it's your business, you're gonna have to figure out how you're gonna handle the legal side of things. You want to either sue or you're gonna be sued. And it's a major expense. And it could kill your business. So think of it
Sure,
like what I'm going to say is like insurance. So we have our main house, we've got all our money tied up in the house. All right. So we take out house insurance because if there's a fire, we need to rebuild it, right? We need the money to rebuild it. So
sure.
that's the idea. There is a company that I came across just 2 weeks ago called Legal Shield.
I've heard of them. Yeah,
Yeah, been around for 52 years. And I'm surprised everybody who's in real estate or has a business or quite frankly understands insurance and why we have insurance, why they don't have it. It's a low monthly fee.
right. Yep, yep. I had it for a long time,
Hmm,
and when I stepped out and I had no more assets, that's when I gave up my plan. But I had it for probably, I don't know, 8, 10 years. Probably no, probably about 10 years.
okay.
And
I'm glad you know it.
I used it several times.
Right. And you can use it all the time when you're in real estate. Whenever you write a contract, you can get them to look at the paperwork. Whenever you got a JV deal, you can look. So I would encourage you to get back in because it's
Great.
such a low cost. And yeah,
That is very sage advice. I am gonna jot that note down right now.
yeah, I'll give you my website. And I'm going to tell you something else about this that'll blow your mind because it blew mine. I'd never even heard of them, you see. So that's my website. Now here's the thing: as you're doing your real estate business, because it's such a major importance, litigation, all right,
Uh,
and cheap access to experienced attorneys. You've done Legal Shield. They have to be in there for 20 years as an attorney before they're taken on. and their bills are
Hmm.
already paid. I mean, they get millions of dollars in retainer from the company, right? So it's fantastic setup. If you think there is, I don't know whether you know, but if you refer people, like I'm talking to you about it now,
Yeah, it's an affiliate program.
correct. Yeah,
Yep.
you
And
can make
I already
money.
knew
Yeah,
when you
yeah,
shared it that you're an affiliate, and I think that's perfect. You know,
yeah,
I'd much rather, you know, my dollar go towards somebody like you know, a colleague,
yeah.
and you know that than just go out and just
Yeah,
look at,
yeah.
you know,
Then we're
Google it
business
or whatever.
partners. Then we're business partners, aren't we? Because we're making money together and doing the real
Exactly.
estate. And that's why I thought, wow, this is so amazing,
Right.
So
Absolutely. So let me ask you, what's as far as like, you know, what do you need, and what, you know, what do you have, like I mean, obviously you've got a ton of wisdom and experience, and that's great, but you know, just so I can make some good notes here on my side, and figure out,
yeah.
you know, when it makes
Oh,
sense to us to chat again.
yeah, definitely. My easiest answer to that is my YouTube channel because I restarted it. Did you come
Yeah.
across that?
Yeah, and I listened to who, you know, who is Graham, and I know you mentioned that you are you know, you're building a multifamily portfolio. Is that
Yes,
right?
and I have an educational thread on there. So there's a playlist. So if you go on my YouTube channel there, let me put it in the chat. There's an educational thread on there, and it's got everything broken down in detail. And just today, if you want to even go deeper, the guy I'm just going to publish the conversation we had. We had a 30-minute conversation, and I was mainly talking, saying what we look for in multifamilies. So if you watch that one, um, it'll be published later today from Deshawn. It'll be you'll see exactly what we're looking for. And you'll be excited because the EMDs range from anywhere from 100,000 up to $1 million. So you're going to get a good payday on those. Yeah.
Oh
As
yeah.
part of the acquisition fee, you'll get your fee at closing. We like to roll the money into an LP position, so you get quarterly distributions and a share in the equity. So you get three streams of income from a large multifamily.
So that's if I find the deal or if I lend on the EMD.
I'm lending on the EMD right now. Okay.
Gotcha.
If you
Okay.
find the deal, you're part of the acquisitions as well. That would add a fourth income stream. If you helped with the acquisition and you help with the AMD, I mean, you're a lot like a $20 million complex, for instance. The acquisition fee 5%. That's $1 million payday at closing. So who says you can't build up wealth fairly quickly? Yeah.
Well, I can tell you right now, the last guy that I did acquisitions with, he had a separate division, and we were all in the same office. They were only doing apartment buildings, and he made on his biggest assignment, he made over 300,000.
Oh wow. There we go.
Yeah, and then he did two other deals that were may have done three other deals, but I know of two others for sure that were over in the six figures. So they
Oh,
were over 100,000.
yeah.
So but they were just really focused on that. They were doing a lot of cold calling, a lot of it was a big operation just to get the leads. So
It
I'm
is.
not saying that I'm gonna go down that road, but I
No.
just see the possibilities.
Yes, it is big, and for you, if you stumble across it, then of course, once you know what you're looking for, and it will take studying the video that I did earlier. I'm glad that happened because I haven't really laid it out like that on my educational videos. I do 5 to 12 minute educational pieces on each topic, and so it would take a lot for you to do that. But as I say, the one I did today. I laid it all out from the
Did you
lead.
post it today or did you just record it today?
I just recorded it today. It'll be up very shortly. I mean,
Oh, okay.
probably by this after mid-afternoon it'll be up. And I would watch that one first. I'm gonna label that one because that was really kind of cool the way it all came out, So
Okay.
the legal insurance, then the going into the capex, what we look for in the buildings, the value adds, the location, the markets. You know, we don't like, for instance, because of insurance, we don't like hurricane-prone areas because the insurance is too high and it kills it. So, for example, we could go into all the weeds, and you can,
Gotcha. So you probably more in the Midwest then, right?
yeah, yeah, you'll see it's red states away from hurricane-prone areas. I go into it about the fire departments, what you look for. Rated fire departments, a good way of telling if the insurance is reasonable, you know. So there's little cheat codes you can do to
Oh,
quickly
nice.
discern what we're looking for. It's complicated, you see. It really is.
No, yeah,
Yeah,
there's a lot of layers to it, but
yeah,
honestly, like most of the stuff that I talk about with different people, even the commercial space, I still understand because I've been around the industry enough to where you get little bits and pieces fed to you over the years, then
right.
you get to see you get to understand quite a bit of it.
Yeah, yeah. And I've also got two books as well. I'm publishing. They should be out very soon. The investing in large multifamilies. It's all laid out in this book as well that I'm publishing, and that's on Amazon, and you can get that through my Blink card as well. So you'll have
Cool.
all the criteria, you know, and people send me deals still without knowing or studying, and I say no, and it's disappointing for them because they put the work in, and so it's best to know what the buy box is first, especially, and then I want to include you on the acquisitions team so you get the pay at the end of the day, you know? I mean, just
Right.
sending me a deal is it's not going to cut it. And you probably understand that as a connector, you have to be fully involved in the deal. That's part
Oh
of,
yeah,
yeah,
absolutely. You have to
yeah.
stay with the deal until it closes out.
Yes, and staying with the deal means you understand it, that we work it out together, right? So
Yeah,
your
yeah.
part will
Oh,
be,
no, and as soon as somebody mentioned that, I'm like, "Well, that totally makes sense." I mean,
yeah,
isn't that the case with everybody? Like, everybody gets paid at the end? I
yeah,
think the only people that get paid somewhere in the middle could be maybe an attorney, unless they're the closing,
yeah,
but if there's an
yeah.
attorney involved,
Attorneys
they're
again, yeah,
the only
yeah,
ones that are getting paid,
yeah,
just like they
right,
always
right,
get paid,
yeah.
right?
Let's be an attorney, I think, you know.
Yeah, I know, we're in the wrong
Yeah,
profession for
yes,
sure.
yeah. They always get paid well. Yes, that's right. Crazy,
Yeah, yeah,
right?
people always say, "Well, who lost and who won?" Well, we all lost except for the attorneys.
Yeah, the attorneys always win. Yeah, the house
Yeah,
always wins. Yeah,
right, in the house, exactly.
yeah, yeah. Well, I've really
Well,
enjoyed talking to you, Terrance. I got another Zoom call in a few minutes. This has been
yeah,
fantastic. If you want to
absolutely.
talk to me about becoming an associate with Legal Shield again, because you already know them, it's fantastic.
Yeah, yeah.
I'd love to be working with you and building a team up. I've only been in it 2 weeks, but I'm already progressed up the marketing plan. And so it's only taken me a couple of weeks to get there.
Well, honestly, I just really appreciate you bringing it up because I was like, man, here I was, like I said, I had it for like 10 years, and then when I
Perfect.
didn't need it, I didn't need it, but now I need it again. So
You do. And
it'll
I'm going to
definitely
help you
be
make money, right?
yeah, how much is it now? 15,
uh,
18,
$49 to join as an associate.
49? Okay.
It probably 64.50 to do the personal and the business. So it's perfect. You do small
Gotcha.
business. Have a look at the website there, and let's book a. We can book another call with me. Yeah, we'll do it.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, definitely. I'll take a look at it because at some point I'm definitely going to be signing up for that again. So
yeah.
awesome. Well, listen, man, I really appreciate the time, and we will talk to you soon, Graham.
Very good, Terrance. I enjoyed talking to you. Have a great day. Bye bye.
You too, buddy.